Hi, welcome to our laid-back transitional project. Come on in. So the vision for this space was to connect a quite modern house with traditional elements and still have funky and fun little details throughout the home. So we started this whole entire process with choosing a color palette which is calm and neutral, but also has little pops and hints of color. You can see that with this built-in color, we opted for something that is not as neutral. We wanted it to be a bit more intense. So you can see we opted for this green-blue tone, which brings a lot of warmth and it catches your attention, but it's not so bright that it wouldn't fit the traditional mix of the cabinetry in here. For the layout of the space, we wanted to start the entryway with something that is really substantial and can ground the space. Since we have tall ceilings, we have a lot of room, so we wanted to have something that kind of brings symmetry and balances out the staircase. As mentioned before, the built-ins are the most spectacular thing in this room. We wanted it to be something that is very practical because after all, there's lots of storage needed in a big house like this, but also really sets the tone for the design of the rest of the home. In every single room that we design, we look for the focal point. So in this case, you come into the door and you're facing this huge wall, which is super tall. So we wanted to do something that just really draws your eye in and gives you that wow moment. We decided to keep the built-ins on either side and have a cat out in the middle. And now, let me take you to the heart of the home. Welcome to the top floor, which seems to be everyone's favorite, and I mean, how can it not? Look at that view. We have an open floor plan on the space, so right now we're standing in the kitchen that blends into the dining and living space. The client has a big family that comes to visit quite frequently. This kitchen is always full of life, so we had to make this beautiful, but also very functional. For the countertops, we used a material called Dekton. It is a surface that is used for high traffic areas. It is scratch resistant. You could even place a hot pot on this and it wouldn't be bothered. So you have the luxurious look of a beautiful marble. However, it's a surface that can be used for everyday life. The client's vision for the kitchen was quite clear. They needed a space that is functional, they needed to have lots of seating, and they wanted it to blend in nicely with the rest of the home, as it is an open space. So we went for this two-tone kitchen. One side is kind of this off-white, creamy color. The other one is almost like a saturated green with a little hint of blue. This we will pick up again in the rest of the home, so therefore we create a cohesive color concept. As you can see, we have this huge kitchen island with lots and lots of countertop space. For a more formal setting, we created this big dining area right next to the kitchen. The client had a specific idea on what the table should look like. They wanted a big rustic wooden table that looks like it's weathered and it's just been there for a long time. So we have this beautiful reclaimed wooden table that has all of those little details. It looks really weathered and rugged, and it's just perfect to warm up the space and to bring lots of personality. The focus of this area definitely was comfort. The clients wanted a huge sectional sofa, which we gave them. The material scheme of the home was supposed to connect the warm, the modern, and the rustic. So we achieved that by working with wood that is weathered, some ceramics, then of course we did leather in different areas of the home, and then mixed some metals. When we started the project, in the beginning even, the clients told us they're going to have a lot of books that have to find their space in the room. So what we did is we created this huge built-in TV wall just to give them enough storage space for all of their favorite books. As there are so many different colors in the books that our clients brought, we wanted to connect this to the rest of the room and did some throw pillows in some turquoise and red tones. In this room, we have a little nugget. It is our client's home office. And basically, the idea was to create a space where they can still work but not be disconnected from the rest of the home. This is soundproof glass, so no one will hear you, and it's still a very cute little space with beautiful details that connect to the rest of the material and color scheme of the home. Now that you've seen the top floor, let's go to the master suite. The idea for this room was to keep everything very simple, to have this be a very relaxed space with a focus on just sleeping. So there is this wonderful broad bed with custom height nightstands, and then we did a board and batten wall on the back side of the bed. We have this beautiful vintage rug just to give a bit more personality to the room. And then also we created this built-in just to add a little bit of storage and bring in a furniture piece that feels like it's a bit more traditional. Our clients are very fashionable, so we wanted to give them a beautiful walk-in wardrobe to store all of their beautiful clothes. To finish it all up and also connect to the rest of the home, we did this slightly traditional pendant with a modern touch. So in this bathroom, we were lucky enough to have a beautiful base to work with. All we had to do is come in with some decorational pieces to connect everything with each other. For this guest bedroom, we wanted to change up the color scheme just a bit. So we went for this dark smoky blue wall color and paired it with this rich chocolatey brown in the modular bookshelf and also this beautiful leather bench. To continue the material scheme of the home, we incorporated this wool rug alongside with light upholstery, this desk with a marble effect and the brass details, as well as this wonderful soft day blanket. Now let's check out the nanny's room. So from the beginning, the clients thought of the live-in nanny, which will be in this room. She's gonna have her own kitchenette. She has a little dining area or reading nook. And then on the other side of this wardrobe is the sleeping area. On the opposite side of the nanny room, we have an additional home office / guest room. Amongst many of the beautiful features in this home, we have this vast and airy space that you can see from the entryway, but also when you come down from upstairs. So we wanted to fill this space with this grand pendant, which is both masculine and rustic, but also kind of modern and sleek, and just connects the dots of the style language of the home. As you can tell, we are back in the entrance. We wanted to keep this special detail of the house for kind of the end, so let me show you what I mean. Welcome to the man cave, as we call it. Our client wanted to have a space that is completely hidden away and kind of the surprise room of the home. So we did just that. Best thing is, this room is soundproof, so if you want to have a long session down here and just play with friends and have fun, you're fine. No one will hear you upstairs. When listening to the client's vision for the space, we immediately knew we needed some pieces that carry that masculine aesthetics into the space. So we created a focal point with this pendant lamp, which has a dark leather strap detail and still connects the traditional pieces of the entryway with the room through the little white shades. We're almost at the end of our home tour, but we have one last surprise for you. We are in the client's home gym. So we did this beautiful dark saturated green on the wall, which is very masculine, and it really fit the vibe of this home gym. And then we have this illuminated mirror in the back, which shows the client's favorite car. We're at the end of our home tour. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you really enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. Bye.